Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I am bringing you 5 hacks that you can use to help use products up that may otherwise not work for you. I'm sure we've all done it where we buy products that for one reason or another just don't work for us. If you like videos like this, give it a thumbs up and I'll start making more. And if you like my content, make sure to subscribe down below. And yeah, now that we've got that out of the way, let's get into this. So my first hack is how to fix a concealer that is too light for you. So I'm sure we all have experienced this when you buy a concealer in the winter and then in the summer it's way too light for you if you tan, or if you just happen to buy a concealer that is a little bit too light for you. The way that I fix it is I use my bronzer as a setting powder underneath my eyes. I know that sounds weird, but I have a little demo where I show you. So the concealer right now that is way too light for me is my Milk Makeup Flex Concealer in Fair. It's not only too light, but the tone is a little bit too pink for me. So the way that I fix that is I go in with my bronzer around my face, and that's why I put the majority of the product, and then whatever is left, so like very, very small amount, I put underneath my eyes to set my concealer, and it helps to tone down the brightness and almost color correct it so that it fits my skin tone a little bit better. So that's a really good hack to use. I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer because it is a like kind of satin finish. If you're gonna do this hack, make sure you're using a bronzer that is not too warm. If it's too warm and orange toned, it won't look natural underneath your eye. And if it's shimmery or sparkly or anything, that also will probably look crazy. So my favorite to use is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this one is in bronzer. It's the original. My second hack is how to use up a highlighter that is too dark for you. So for me, I got this Becca highlighter in Opal in the summertime when it matched me, and then now I'm too fair for it and it is too dark, and it leaves like a stripe on my face if I try and use it as a highlighter. So I learned from Jessica Braun, Jam Beauty 89, I'll leave her down below, but use it as a blush topper, and it just gives you a really, really pretty sheen on your blush. So I used it today on top of my matte Colourpop blush, and it works really, really well like that. Super easy way to use up a highlighter that is too dark for you. My third hack is how to fix a highlighter that you've gone a bit overboard with, that is a bit too bright or maybe too chunky. I actually learned this from my sister, and she says that she learned it from someone called Violet FR. She's here on YouTube. I'll leave her down below. But what you do is you put on your highlighter and then you use a little bit of a salve. So I used the Glossier Rose Balm.com, and you warm it up on the back of your hand, and then you take your fingers and you just pat it over where you place the highlighter, and it kind of melts the highlighter into your skin. So it gives you, like I did it today, it gives you a very nice sheen, gives you more of like a dewy look. If you have oily skin or something, this might not work for you. If you have really dry skin, like I've done it before and it does last all day. But I will say that it can cause your makeup to come off a little bit more, like a little bit more slippery if you happen to like touch your face. So if you're a face toucher, it might also not work for you. But I love this hack because the Colourpop Super Shock Highlighter in Fanny Pack is way too bright for me. Like it's like a straight up white highlighter, but I really like the formula of it. I just, a little bit too much for me. I'm a little bit more of like a natural highlight person. So I think that this trick works great. Highly recommend, highly recommend. My fourth hack is to turn any eyeshadow into a cream shadow, and how to get that glossy lid, that editorial glossy lid that everyone loves. So use any salve and kind of like warm it up on the back of your hand, and then use any powder shadow. And today I went into my Lorac Mega 4 Pro palette and I used Pearl Slate, And I like to use this palette specifically for this because these shadows are kind of hard for me to work with dry and wet. Like they fall off my eye dry and wet, it kind of destroys the shimmers. So doing this trick, oh, I also learned this trick from my sister. So doing this trick I find helps to help me use the shadows up that otherwise I wouldn't really use, and it kind of just gives a really nice natural sheen. It's good for no makeup days, and yeah, you can do it with just about any shadow. Obviously test it first and make sure that you like the way it looks. But then what I like to do is, because now you're putting a salve on your eye, it's gonna crease pretty easy. So what I do is I set it with a translucent powder. Today I use the NARS Loose Translucent Setting Powder to set my eye, and I like to use this very, very lightly just to make sure that you don't get any creasing, and it leaves a nice sheen on your eye so you still have that like glossy look. So yeah, that's a really cool hack that I also learned from my sister. My fifth hack and final hack is how to make lipsticks work for you that are maybe the wrong tone or too bright. And this one is super easy. I'm sure a lot of you probably already do it, but I thought I would mention it, is to mix your lipsticks. I'm a huge fan of mixing lipsticks because if you have a very minimal lipstick collection, you can make so many more colors than just what is in your collection. So today I did 2 demos just to kind of show you the ways that you can do it, and I mixed, for my first one, the Colourpop Luxe Lip in Get a Room. This one is a bright orange that honestly, for my skin right now, which is my like white pale winter skin, is way too orange and bright. So I mixed it with NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Monte Carlo, which just makes it a little bit more red with like a hint of orange, so it tones it down and it helps to make it like better for my skin tone, if that makes sense. And then the second combo that I did was I used the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Milan, and this one is like such a bright pink that a lot of times I think it's a little bit unwearable for me on like a day-to-day basis. So I toned it down with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Zurich, which is a little bit more of like a peachy nude, and that's what I'm wearing right now. And it just kind of tones it down, makes it a little bit more everyday and wearable, and it just can, you know, widen your lipstick wardrobe if you mix your lipsticks together. Alright you guys, those are my 5 hacks. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any hacks that I didn't mention, leave a comment down below. I love hearing hacks and different ways to use makeup because makeup is all about creativity. If you like this video and you want to see more, then subscribe. I'll put a little thing right here for you to click on. So you should do that and subscribe. And then I'll leave a little box right here that is, what will I leave for you? I'll have it be my most recent video. So if you want to see the last video that I did, then click right there. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!